Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. In today's video I'm just going to be still working in this sketchbook. I still haven't finished it yet. I have this little illustration here that unfortunately bled through to the other page, and I just really want to cover this up, do something here. I've got like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spreads left, so hopefully I will be finishing this sketchbook up soon. But yeah, this is what I'm going to be doing today. Let's get started. The first thing that I did was look through some of my floral papers. I have lots of different patterned papers from the time that I used to junk journal. I'm trying to get back to it, but one hobby is taking up enough of my time, so I just really wanted to use them here. I picked this really pretty warm toned floral design. Then I grabbed a washi tape because the paper wasn't big enough to cover the whole page, and I just glued it down, covering up the bleed through from alcohol markers. Then I grabbed a piece of Bristol paper and started sketching. I used to do this kind of sketchbook pages a lot more often in the past. I just put down a piece of background paper and then drew something on a separate piece of paper to create something similar to a collage. I struggled with this sketch quite a lot. Because of my job, I'm taking longer breaks from drawing, which makes me feel kind of rusty. It just makes me feel like I can't draw anymore, and it's super annoying. But yeah, I erased this one a lot, and this is all while I'm trying to create something that my brain could be satisfied with. I can be quite hard on myself and with my art, and if something doesn't look exactly how I picture it, I just get really frustrated with myself. And longer breaks from art are not helping my frustration. But I am trying to do better. I am trying to give myself a chance to figure a drawing out. It's just, it's frustrating when you have a vision and you can't um, really execute it well. I am leaving all this footage of me struggling and erasing and redrawing this sketch just to show you that we don't all have everything figured out all the time, that art takes time and effort and it doesn't just appear on the page magically. Unfortunately, we all struggle with our art, and it's just a natural part of the process. It doesn't make it any less frustrating, but it's just a part of it. And sometimes, no matter how frustrating it can be, the best thing that you can do is just start over. And I ended up growing quite fond of this sketch. But unfortunately, I think I destroyed it with color in it, which you will see later. This sketch is actually just a bigger version of the drawing from my sketchbook. I was trying to upscale it, but I still prefer the messy version from my sketchbook. You can actually see it right now on the screen. It's this little drawing in the left down corner of the page, the one on the blue post-it note. And I really struggled with figuring out his pose. For some reason, I refused to look for a reference, which just made my job like 10 times harder. Maybe it would have been more enjoyable if I had just looked up a reference, but we may never know. And I should really give myself a little bit more time to figure out what I want to do with my drawings, how I want to execute them, how I want to like pose everything. But I'm just impatient, and maybe and maybe I would have enjoyed the finished product a lot more if I wasn't rushing to finish this sketchbook. Because I really was trying to finish this book as fast as possible, and it still took me so much time to do. Um, but yeah. And here what I did, I just lightly erased the sketch so I could still see it a little bit, and started lining it with my Faber-Castell Polychromos pencil. They are my favorite pencils at the moment. Um, I used to use the Kohinoor Polycolor pencils. They were still quite good, but I wanted an upgrade in my pencils. So yeah, I'm using the Polychromos ones. And I started lining it with this magenta color because I knew that I wanted to kind of match it with the floral background paper. I wanted to create kind of like a cohesive color palette. And what I'm doing is I'm just slowly building the color up in this drawing, layer by layer, line by line. And yeah, with colored pencils, I just like lining the entire thing and just like coloring it in. I don't know, my process is a mess, and I'm not really good at explaining this. But yeah, I'm using the same colors that I used for lining it. And yeah, I'm just filling the entire thing with a block of color that I can build on top of. Coming back to the sketchbook talk, it took me more than a year to finish. At the time that I'm recording, I finished it like yesterday, which is the 5th of April. I have no idea when this video will see the light of day, or when the rest of the videos will be posted. Hopefully, I will be able to post a video every 2 weeks now, since I have them recorded, and I'm going to be recording 2 more, which will be a sketchbook tour and the start of my new sketchbook, my 24th sketchbook. So we will see. I just have a lot on my head right now, and I'm trying to balance everything out. So this video is going to show up later than it should have. I don't know if it's already been like 2 months since I last posted like a regular video, which I'm kind of sad about, because I really wanted to be consistent and to post video a month, at least once a month. But it is what it is. And this one I've had recorded for quite some time. I just didn't have the time to edit it. I've decided to make him blonde, but like the badly bleached yellow type of blonde, you know? And I know it may not seem that way, but at this point I was just trying to finish this drawing as fast as possible because I was not enjoying the process whatsoever. And maybe I should have just powered through and kept working on this. Maybe then I would have liked it at least a little bit more, but we may never know. Um, I didn't really know what to do with his shirt, so I decided to leave it like white with a red color. That's kind of cute. Um, and I like shaded it with the same red pencil. And I used the same magenta pencil from the start to color the tips of his hair, so it would look like he dyes it this way. It's a very fun thing to do and to color. I do it quite a lot in my drawings. Maybe part of my frustration came from it being a colored pencils drawing. I don't really do a lot of full colored pencils drawings. I usually use them on top of something else like alcohol markers or watercolors, and maybe I was just like annoyed at how long this was taking. I don't know, but still, quite an annoying process for me, and yeah. I still enjoy colored pencils. Maybe it was just a bad day for me. Then I started adding some random scribbles to make it look more like hair. Um, like I said, my process is a mess. I don't know what I'm doing half of the time. And then I went with this orange pencil to add some more lines and scribbles. And then I decided that he was a little bit too pale, so um, I added a layer of orange to his skin. And then I decided to darken some of the lines to make it stand out a little bit more. I felt like this drawing was just a little flat, um, a little bit like too soft almost. So yeah, I darkened some lines. And at the end, I added some like quote unquote highlights to his hair and his eyes with my pink, like hot pink Pasca pen. Then I cut it out and I wanted to glue it straight onto the floor background, but it didn't have enough contrast. The drawing was blending into it too much. So I chose this hot pink paper to add another layer between the drawing and the background. I'm just gluing everything down with regular glue stick. I added some song lyrics on the top because it looked empty to me, and some sparkle. And that's the left side done. And now for the right side, I didn't really know what I wanted to draw. At this point, I had no idea how this whole spread was going to end up looking like, but I found a really cute picture on Pinterest of a carton of milk, of strawberry milk, and I need to draw more objects anyway, so this was kind of a perfect exercise for me. Here I'm just sketching it out. I was trying to write the Japanese characters as accurately as possible, but if there are any mistakes, I'm so sorry. I was just redrawing it from a picture um yeah, but I enjoyed drawing this a lot more than the one on the left. And I end up liking the right page a lot more as well. And I just finished drinking this Red Bull and I decided to draw it, but don't grow accustomed to it because it is going to go. It's not staying on this page. Uh, but yeah, I'm going to sketch an entire can of Red Bull before I decide, nah, it doesn't really fit the aesthetic of the whole spread. Um, and I've decided to use my acrylic markers to color this this milk carton. It turned out really, really cute, at least in my opinion. And yeah, I really did have a lot of fun drawing this one. Sometimes you just need a break from drawing like the regular thing that you draw and to try something different. I usually draw characters and portraits, and having a break from that can really like refresh your mind on what you like to draw. Um, yeah, it's just fun to try new things. I am, or at least I was, an avid energy drinker. um, I really, really like Red Bulls, but I really need to cut down on them. I think they're making my anxiety worse. Um, and it just was not fun at all after I drank one. Um, Unfortunately, the adults are right. Energy drinks are not good for you. So, yeah, I would not recommend. They really started making my life kind of miserable, which I never thought that I would say. I used the same magenta pencil um, to line this little drawing. It makes it look really nice and soft. And then I went with my white Posca to add some details and some more Japanese writing and other stuff. And here we can say goodbye to the Red Bull can. And in the right corner I decided to draw some more strawberries just to like make it all a little bit more cohesive on this page. And this sealed like the fate of this whole spread. It's all going to be pink themed, which ended up looking really, really cute. And then with the same pencil, I added some more sparkles. I really like drawing those. And on the top, I've decided to sketch some eyes. I haven't done that in a while, and I used to draw a lot of eyes in the past. So yeah, this is just going to be a cute picture of some girl with hard glasses. And again, it's all going to be pink themed, and yeah. This sketch was a lot easier to do. It's a little bit less like, it's less complicated and less challenging than the one on the left. So I enjoyed the process of this one a lot more. And maybe this was easier for me because I was already warmed up from drawing, from creating the page on the left. Maybe I should have just warmed up for that one as well, and it all would have been a lot easier. I did the same thing. I lightened up the sketch and just started lining it all with my colored pencils. Another thing that I wanted to kind of talk about is I saw that we've hit 500 subscribers here on YouTube, and I'm really, really grateful for y'all's continuous support. I never thought that so many people would like watch my videos and enjoy them and take inspiration from them. So I'm really, really thankful to all of you that stick around and watch my stuff. We've also recently hit 1,000 followers on TikTok, and 700 on Instagram. These are like the numbers. They may not seem that big, but they're really big to me. I just never thought that so many people would watch my art and enjoy it. So yeah, thank you all so much, and hopefully you will stick around to see even more of my drawings. With colored pencils, sometimes I will smudge them out with my fingers to make it look a little bit softer and to blend it out. I know you shouldn't really do that because of the all oils on our fingers and stuff, but it's the most convenient thing to use, so I use my fingers. I added some freckles onto her nose and redefined some of the lines. And added the little hearts onto her eyes back with my white Posca pen. Then I went and did the background, which is just a simple checkered pattern with this really pretty light pink pen. And I added song lyrics from Coldplay. I've been listening a lot of Coldplay recently. I even got like one vinyl record of them. Um, and yeah, this is going to be it. So this is it. This is the finished spread. I'm actually quite happy with how this turned out. I actually prefer the page on the right than the one on the left. I'm not that happy with this illustration, but that's alright. Yeah, this was a lot of fun to draw. And yeah, I've got other social media if you'd like to follow me somewhere. TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky, all the links will be down in the description below. I hope you're safe whenever you are, or as safe as you can be. The world is crazy right now. And hopefully I will see you in my next video. So, bye bye!